Good morning, Mr. Irwin. Morning, Miss. So, General Irwin, do you want to tell me a little bit about yourself and the prison? Well, I came to the prison to serve 10 years because I had disobeyed a direct order in the military, which caused the death of 8 soldiers. However, my time in the prison, I discovered that the warden's true self, and I wanted to implant change. As my time in the prison went by, I was able to gain the support and respect of the inmates, which helped me take down the warden. Oh, okay, I see. And this leads me to my first question. Why do you believe you are a good leader? Oh, there, miss. I believe that I'm a good leader because I have the ability to inspire other young soldiers and older men. Leadership is about character, what you are, not what you do. Being a good leader means that you can lead people in a positive direction, ultimately leading them to the path to accomplishing a goal. I feel that working with the soldiers as opposed to having them work for me really shows how I am a good leader. In my opinion, leading a group of men requires a mutual sense of trust and understanding between the team members and the leader. If I wasn't a good leader, I would have not received the strong accountability and exceptional performance from the other men. I helped my fellow inmates reframe their situation to help them change their perceptions of their circumstances in a positive way. I encouraged them to not think of the prison as a jail, but as their castle, which is something they should be proud of. This ultimately led me to guide them to fight against the warden. I believe that my power comes from my wisdom, intelligence, creativity, and experience in the battlefield. Therefore, I am a good leader because I have the ability to keep an open mind and a mind about the people I lead, no matter what they have done in their past, because it gives them a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Wow, General Irwin, it sounds like you possess all the leadership characteristics that anyone could hope for in a good leader. You're charismatic, honest, and proud. Mr. Irwin, this leads me to my next question. Can you explain to me a leadership style you exhibit at an event where it was demonstrated in the prison? Well, first of all, I need to let you know that I do demonstrate more than one leadership style. I believe that only having one leadership style will not serve you justice in every situation. Just to give you a brief overview, I believe I demonstrate moral leadership, transformational leadership, visionary leadership, situational leadership, authentic leadership, and servant leadership. However, today I'm going to explain to you a few of these that I think I demonstrate to the full extent. First of all, I feel that I engage in transformation leadership with the fellow soldiers. I lead with self respect. I set positive examples of how action should be taken. I wanted to bring positive change in the prison. Therefore, I had to be inspiring and truly excited about what I was doing so that I could arouse others to seek extraordinary performance accomplishments. I am a transformational leader with integrity because I had earned the trust of soldiers by being honest and credible. For example, the goal for me and the other prisoners was to get the flag raised to show the power, and in the process, the power we have, and in the process, I was suffering life-threatening injuries because I was acting out of personal convictions, and I didn't mind suffering them because I had to show the other prisoners that if I'm a true leader, I would go to a far extent for them. In addition, I believe that visionary leadership is a huge part of my leadership styles because I am able to bring any situation to a clear and compelling sense of the future and understand the actions needed to get there. Having a clear vision is very important for me, and it was to take down the warden. Secondly, communicating the vision and getting people motivated is a key aspect to achieving success. I recognized that the warden was treating the prisoners very brutally, and by observing some of his actions, I realized how he was actually not helping the prisoners in any way, but he was just making it worse for them. Like, for example, the prisoners were outside playing basketball and the warden only gave them one basketball to play with, and he knew this would cause a fight. Therefore, events like these made me realize that I need to talk to the other prisoners with confidence and a clear vision to show them the true reality they are living in. All the things the warden was doing led me and the other men to build a wall, because I made everyone realize the status quo in the prison was very toxic. Therefore, I was able to turn my vision into accomplishments. For example, raising the flag and taking the warden out of position. Lastly, I'm going to talk about servant leadership. As a servant leader, my top priority is the service of the subordinates. Leadership is based out of serving others because it enables other people to grow and use their full potential. Servant leadership is other-centered, not self-centered. For example, I am always listening to others and what they have to offer. Servant leaders empower others by providing teammates with the information, authority, responsibility, and trust others to make decisions independently. For example, in the prison, the men were able to get out and seek the moves of the warden and create a plan with minimal assistance from me. Therefore, they had a sense of authority. We were able to counterattack the prison and raise the flag because everyone felt a part of the mission. Wow, Mr. Irwin, you have explained quite a bit to me. It's extraordinary to see how you demonstrate these leadership styles. But before I can let you go, I have one last question. So, as a leader, how would you have handled putting away the warden and accomplishing raising the flag differently? Well, miss, as a leader, I would have not handled the situation, or you can call it a series of events, differently, because in my opinion, a good leader puts himself out of a job. I allowed the other men to take charge in creating the plan and also in seeing the vision. And we were able to take down the warden. As a leader, I would have let someone else raise the flag if I had to choose to do something differently, because it would have shown to the men they really worked hard to achieve this. However, I had to do this myself because the warden was ready to shoot anyone who was going to raise the flag. However, the other prisoners saw the charisma and integrity I had and willingly followed me and stood with me in the final step to dethrone the warden. Therefore, there's not much I could have done differently, because I was able to share all the wrongs being committed by the warden to the other prisoners, and they all actively listened and followed me through compassionately, and they kept through with my vision. Oh, I see, Mr. Irwin. It makes a lot of sense to me now why you would not choose to handle the situation very differently. I have also learned a lot from you, and I have learned that good leaders are charismatic and trustworthy, and this is what leads followers to compel with their expectations. And lastly, I would just like to say thank you. I am very happy that I was able to talk to you about leadership today. Oh, don't worry, miss. It was my pleasure talking to you about leadership today. Thank you for having me.